Now for business updates across the globe, Rotus Oddiri joins us. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, everyone. Here to talk about money and investing.
But
you guys watch Suits? You remember Suits
yes,
with the big Meghan Markle, exactly. So a couple of clips. But we're starting off with P. Diddy and then Suits. Take a listen. It's all about money today.
You like film too much.
Everything starts from money. We want to cure diabetes, you need money. You want to affect the wealth gap, you need money. You want to do education, you need anything. You need money. That's it. Everybody.
So this is all just about the money.
Were you born yesterday? The clients are looking for money. We're looking for money. The insurance company's looking to keep money. It's always about the money.
Coming back.
All right. So we said that when President Tinubu went overseas, that he has to come back with these are our expectations, right? And to a large extent, he actually did it. So at least 14.3 billion from the Business Roundtable, in case folks are wondering, what he went there to do and why he left early. If we take a look at some of the images from that roundtable, that is the reason why they left early. You can see it there, the Nigeria-India Presidential Roundtable and Business Conference ahead of it. You got to go early, you got to plan, you got to make phone calls, you've got to put everything together. And those were the pledges that they recalled. We can actually break it down further. So, Indorama Petrochemical Limited, $8 billion. Jindal Steel and Power Limited, $3 billion. Skipper Seal Limited, 1.6. India, the Military Industrial Complex, they're also putting forward $1 billion. Bharti Enterprises, 700 million. So it comes out to about 14.3. Now, we should, of course, focus on the fact that this is a pledge. So these are pledges. We have to emphasize that this isn't money that is just going to drop into the country's account just overnight. Pledges can be reversed. Most of these companies are going to want to see certain things before they put their funds together. But still, the president led from the front. He spearheaded this effort. He put forward this initiative to get this. Yeah, he's a businessman. We have that Jay-Z quote. Let's put that Jay-Z quote back up because I want to talk about private sector. Yeah, this is from, I don't know if you remember that Diamonds from Sierra Leone remix on Kanye West's late registration album. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Right? So just going forward, President Tinubu is one. Peter Mbah, we have to talk about Peter Mbah and what he has been doing in Enugu State. The man is working. He has been going from one summit to the next, selling Enugu with his soul. There's a theme here that we're seeing from the presidential level down to the states, where every state, most of them anyway, with the governors that are really hitting the ground running, are trying to bring funds to the state. So from his Enugu Investment Summit that concluded not too long ago, targeting about $30 billion in GDP growth as far as valuation for Enugu, 2 trillion naira in infrastructure investment over the next 4 years. He's targeting an Enugu diaspora investment unit, right? 72-hour turnaround for land titles, the C of O's, and about 260 modern schools, over 260 wards. I didn't even get to the fact that Enugu is coal city, energy transformation, transition, and a whole lot of tourism that he's targeting. Even today, later on today, Anambra State is going to be holding an investment summit. You're looking at a former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. These are private sector people that are spearheading the zeal to bring much needed dollars into the country. And it's good to see it starting from the top with the presidency, flowing down through the states. This is how we move forward. And that is our updates today. Well done, Mr.
So
President.
kudos to the president as regards this investment, but some of it was already in the pipeline before, like Indorama. Indorama was on my panel session at the Africa CEO Forum, and they were already talking about expansion prior to this time, not even only in Nigeria, but in Senegal. And also, as much as you like to berate President Buhari, if you were in my panel session, I know you were doing your panel session too that day.
Yep.
A lot of the credits of Indorama went to President Buhari as regards the support he gave to Indorama. We all know Indorama was to be Eleme Petrochemical that was moribund and gone, and we got net production working. So as we criticize President Buhari so much,
Yeah.
a lot of those success were attributed to President Buhari.
Well, Sanusi berated him as well, as did Obasanjo.
No, I'm just setting that clear.
Yeah,
so this is what they
course.
call balance.
Yeah.
Me too, I berate him that
Of
he did a lot
course.
of things wrong.
It was a
But when he
disaster.
does something good, we say it.
Gotcha,
That's what
gotcha,
we do
gotcha,
in media.
gotcha.
All right. So Jindal still, I'm happy about that. Skipper have been here. Skipper has an office in VIA, Skipper CL. I
But
remember
that 1.6 billion is over 4 years.
I remember when they just opened the office in VI and they do a lot of transformers and things like that and power units and all of that. That's good. India Industrial Military Complex, I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about the kind of partnership they'll have with DICON. Because I believe in the potential of DICON if they have something to be able to jumpstart the capacity DICON has got. So I'm excited about that. Bharti and all of that. These are companies that have been in Nigeria before and 14 billion aggregate. But all of this, as we speak today, is still
A pledge.
It's still audio. When are we going to see the reality on ground? Where are the companies going to kick off? Where is Skipper going to set up this power plant? How is it going to be added to the grid? What will be done as regards the grid? Can the grid trap this power? How will it impact a lot of people? Indorama, excellent model already on its own, doing well, pushing products out there. So it's how we can convert this. But we should not rest on this. We should do a whole lot more. Get vital investment back to the past, our energy sector, and also across board on other sectors, so we can pretty much grow the economy. It's an agglomeration of things like this that really grow our economy. So kudos as it's got this, but implementation, like I say, is key. We want to see the money rolling in.
Real quick. On the energy side, remember that the president signed the Electricity Act, right, which gives the states the individual mandate to be able to pursue their own generation, transmission, and so on. So when you tie in one of the investments, coming from the power companies in India, that of course feeds into the states being able to pursue their own mandate.
Kudos to Lagos State, because Lagos State has been able to define regulatory provisions for what an energy market should be.
Right.
Lagos has really led the way as regards that.
This thing goes through the states.
Once you buffer that,
each of the states have to move.
That's why I'm glad, Rotus, that you spotlighted some states who are, being very proactive with regards to attracting investment beyond at federal level. I think it's important that we also find out from the states, because usually during elections and interviews, we have an opportunity to ask them what they've done to attract investment. So this is really good with regards to Enugu State, Anambra State. I talked about Kaduna Investment Summit as well, even from the last administration, and just states being proactive. I thought when I saw the investment news that what a 100-day statement from President Bola Tinubu in terms of securing the pledges, at least from his trip to the G20 summit, or perhaps on the sidelines, his invitation. So he's justified the amount of money that he's gone there to, and the retinue of staff. But taking that conversation further, as Rufai had talked about the details. The import of this is in the details and the implementation. He had said yesterday, and it just put on the spotlight, the Minister of Trade and Investment as well as the Minister of Finance has been very key to consolidating and taking the conversations further. Because until the alert hits, we can celebrate pledges, but until the alert hits and we see the investments play out, it's still conversation, there's still promises, and we're hoping that the promises will be good. But something else that we must mention is that he had said that he was positioning Nigeria as the investment destination of the world, saying that they would get return on investments, massive employment here in Nigeria, opportunities, cheaper labor, and so on. It's now when he comes back from the India, summit in India, to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive, because they can promise their money. But if we come back, or when he gets back, and we hear issues around security, issues around instability, we have issues with power and the likes, they can promise and withhold their investment. So it's very important that whilst they go out to attract investment, let's make good on that conversation of making Nigeria the investment destination, put infrastructure in place. It's very important.
Well, earlier on I said it would seem to be double congratulations for President Tinubu. On the same day that the tribunal declared him victorious as a fit and proper person duly elected as President of Nigeria, was the same day he got a $14 billion pledge in terms of investment from investors in India. Now, if you add that to that deal with Afrixim, about $3 billion. So he can conveniently boast of having secured up to about 17 billion dollars. However, what is important here is, number one, that the president is the country's #1 diplomat.
Yes.
Every other person is just assisting him. And we saw that on display at that roundtable in India, where he was making personal pledges. And he was saying, look, I assure you that you get the best return on your investment if you commit, to investing in Nigeria. So he took personal responsibility.
Yes, he did.
And that, I think, is the, major rub of it. The second part is fulfilling his own promise. Because, as you said, people will follow, they'll follow you if they are sure that there's security of their investment, if they are sure that the risk factor that is involved will not be to their disadvantage. Because these businesses, these investors, they are not in the business of charity or sentiments. And that's why the point Ayo made about providing an enabling environment is important. Enabling environment in terms of the privity of contracts, in terms of the foreign exchange regime, in terms of even security, and making sure the certainty, also of whatever agreements are entered into. A major element of that is follow-up.
Yes.
Nigeria has signed so many agreements under so many circumstances. But we go to these trips, we do the photo ops, we see documents signed, sometimes they call it memorandum of understanding. They come back, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs goes to sleep. Other relevant ministries go to sleep. And because there's no synergy, there's no proper coordination, harmonization of efforts, particularly at the ministerial level, Nigeria has lost so many opportunities. And that's why I say the point again that President Tinubu taking personal responsibility is very important. He shouldn't just assume that based on his say-so, the relevant ministries will follow up. Finally, I saw the examples you were showing about how money is important and all that. You are going far now. We have Ashake. Lonely at the top, lonely. Money on my mind, money. That's the song. So that's the song, for President Tinubu, because he's looking for revenue. Anyway, so Ashake's song will be more relevant rather than those foreign ones. So money.
Dr. DJ.
No, it's how Doctor is very
Thank you, Rotus.
current
Thank you so much.
with, pop
He's very
culture
current.
as is law and every other thing. Well, thank you very much, Rotus,
you,
for your
thank you,
updates. We'll
thank
see
you.
you again tomorrow.